Staying up all night, she gonna wanna wait on me. I'm about to catch my flight.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Baby G here back with a brand new video for you guys today. Today's gonna be nothing more than just a sit down and talk type of video. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, and obviously you can tell by the title, this is what I want to see in Modern Warfare coming up in Call of Duty 2019. Because like myself, a lot of people are putting a lot of faith into this Call of Duty. We kind of need it to succeed because, well, this is kind of Call of Duty's last hope. And it may sound like I say that every single year, but this time I really think it is. With other games becoming so popular lately, like Fortnite, Apex Legends, other games like that, Call of Duty is just kind of going down the drain. And from what the looks of it, it actually does look like a very successful Call of Duty from the the trailer, the first thing at E3, the reveals, stuff like that. Obviously, we can't really tell anything right now because we haven't really gotten revealed anything. Nobody's really played it that much, so I guess we can't really say too much about it. But from the early looks, it does look fairly promising compared to the last few years, so that part is good. But I guess the main reason why I'm making this video is because I just want to sit down and talk about what I want to see in Call of Duty 2019. Obviously, what I say here is my own opinion. Nobody from Call of Duty is going to watch this and make the game based on my preferences. I'm just sharing my opinion with you guys because I want to talk about it, hear what you guys think. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see in Modern Warfare and Call of Duty 2019. And yeah, guys, let's get right into it. So if some of you guys don't know, by whatever reason, this year's Call of Duty 2019 is going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Not Modern Warfare 4, just Modern Warfare. It's supposed to be a brand new engine that's been in development for 5 years. So I mean, that right there, I'm expecting some big stuff. If you have an engine that's been in development for 5 years, that's already sounding like they had big plans for this game. But knowing Call of Duty, sometimes they put a lot of stuff into one thing and then it doesn't work out so well, and then the game just kind of declines and demolishes from the beginning. Take Call of Duty World War II for example. They brought the headquarters feature to the game and everyone was super excited for it, and then the thing didn't work for what, 1-2 months, and when it first did come out, it was super glitchy, lagged at the time, and it was probably the worst feature in the game. So if something does happen to this engine, it doesn't work well, it doesn't run smoothly, well then your game is already off to a shitty start. But if it is a nice engine that's been developed for 5 years, then we have a great first start to this game. Now, most of the stuff I will want to see in the here's Call of Duty is going to pertain mostly to the multiplayer, because while I will play the co-op and the campaign, I think I'll be playing most of the multiplayer instead of those two. Those stuff may be fun, but the stuff I want to see this year is mainly pertaining to Call of Duty multiplayer. And I have a lot of high expectations for this game. Apparently it's been in development for a long time, and if you have that much time, well then I should see a lot of stuff happening. I think the biggest key factor that I need to see in this Call of Duty is I need a fun game that will last, because the past few years every Call of Duty just goes through the same Call of Duty cycle that's been going through. The game gets hyped up, it gets released, and it dies after like 2-3 months, and the people that still upload it still does okay, but it's not the same. I really just want a game that a lot of people can enjoy and play and grind for the entire year until the next Call of Duty comes out, and maybe even past that. That's kind of asking for a lot in Call of Duty nowadays, but like I don't see why it's not possible to make a solid game that people actually enjoy for once. But talking more towards the actual aspects of the game, I just want to see content. Like I want to see a free content in the first place. I don't want a bunch of DLC bullshit. I want to see free content for everybody. I would prefer if there were no DLC weapons. I guess there can be a couple like assault rifle, SMG, sniper, stuff like that, but I really just don't want it packed with a bunch of stupid ass melee weapons, because that's ruined like every single Call of Duty. I don't want to see a tier system. I don't want to see any black market stuff like they did in Black Ops 4. I just don't like the whole battle pass thing anymore. It's just not cool anymore. They need to move past it. That whole era is over. Supply drops I'm okay with if they're fair. Like if they have good cosmetics like camos, you know, not bullshit like weapon charms or like you can customize like a name on your gun. No, none of that bullshit. As long as the supply drops are actually easy to get, they're fair, they're fairly balanced, there's not just a bunch of fillers inside of them, then I'm actually okay with them being in the game, because sometimes it is a nice add-on to get something cool every once in a while and actually give you something to grind for, so I guess they're okay. Or honestly, if they want to, they could even bring back buying camos like they did in Black Ops 2. If you guys remember, Black Ops 2 had some of the sickest camos in the entire game, and I didn't even mind spending my money on those because they were actually so cool and like everyone could get them. It wasn't like you had to play a obscene amount of hours before you could even get a chance at getting them, but you actually could just buy them if you wanted. I think people just need to understand that they just want a simple game that everyone can enjoy, they can get stuff they want, and just not a bunch of bullshit fillers that they just throw in at the last minute. I realize games nowadays just try to make as much money as possible. Like, I'm sure that's like obviously the goal, because the money is obviously why they make the games in the first place. But there becomes a point where they just add a bunch of bullshit to just get money from people and little kids, stuff like that, where instead of like actual content people enjoy, and if people actually enjoy the game and the content they're bringing, then maybe they will actually spend extra money on the game. I don't think people have understood that for so long. If I genuinely like a game or something, I will spend money on it for content or for fun. That's all it really takes. Black Ops 4, I really don't want to spend money on it because it's just not a good game for supply drop stuff. It's just a bunch of fillers, and the tier system is just so fucking bad. Like, why would I ever want to use it? So if Modern Warfare does bring supply drops, which I'm pretty sure it does because in the pre-order you get COD points, that's pretty much a guaranteed supply drops, just make them balanced, make good camos, make solid things you can get inside of the supply drops. Don't make it a bunch of fillers. That's all you need to do. From an actual gameplay aspect, I just want a bunch of really cool weapons like ARs, SMG, snipers, everything. I don't want a bunch of stupid ass overpowered weapons. I wish all the guns were balanced, maybe a couple OP weapons. Because every game you play when the game first launches, there are going to be like 1 or 2 weapons everybody uses because they're so good. But I want a bunch of weapons that everybody can use and they're all kind of fairly balanced. Another thing I do want to see is I want to see a lot of maps. Now, I don't want a bunch of DLC maps. I want a bunch of maps at launch. And I want maybe a couple maps thrown in there throughout the year, but I don't want them to be just for the season pass. I want them free for everybody because everybody likes free maps and it just makes the game so much easier. If there's free content for people to play all year long, I guarantee people are going to stick around longer and want to play the game more because it's free content and it brings something bright, new, and fresh to the game. Maps are a key part to any Call of Duty, and that's just a fact. Like, some of the most memorable maps are from the best Call of Duties, and there's just nothing you can say about that. Another thing I want to see inside of Modern Warfare is I want a bright and colorful game. Like, obviously Modern Warfare is going to be an older set era, but I do want to see a brighter Call of Duty. Now, Black Ops 3 was not my favorite Call of Duty ever, but if you look at that game, a lot of bright colors, a lot of bright maps, a lot of bright guns. It was just a vibrant game, and it had a really nice feeling to it. Or if you take a game like Ghost, which was dark as shit, and it was just an awful game to play because it was so dull and nobody wanted to hop onto this dreary ass game. It's refreshing to get onto a game that's bright and fun and colorful because it just makes the aspect of the game and the visual appearance looks so much better. Now, I can't really talk about how much I want the gameplay to feel like because, well, I haven't seen this engine before. We haven't seen any gameplay yet, so like it's really hard to tell what I want from an actual gameplay perspective. I heard this game's gonna feel more realistic, and people have said they want that in Call of Duty for a while now, which I guess I can agree with, but I just kind of like the engine we had where it wasn't like totally realistic, but it was like, I don't know, it's just Call of Duty. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see for the reveal before I can figure out what the multiplayer is going to be like. Hopefully there's no beta this year because I hate betas. Betas are kind of dumb because like we get super hyped for the beta and then it forces us to wait so long, and then when the game actually comes out, we're not surprised by everything. You can just hop right into it, which I guess is kind of convenient, but it's also fun, like learning all the maps, learning all the guns when the game first came out so no one has an advantage over anybody else. There were no betas in the old Call of Duty, it's just the past few, and I liked them better back in the day when I just came home from school and the game first dropped. I sat down, I learned everything, I just grinded the game. It was just way better. So basically, I want a bright game, I want a fun game, I want a game that has a lot of colors, a lot of balanced guns, some awesome maps, free content, balanced supply drops, and I know that sounds like a lot to ask for, but shit, that's what I want. And I think the biggest factor or the biggest thing that I want this year is I just want a good fun game to actually play and upload content, because a lot of content creators nowadays that make Call of Duty or used to make Call of Duty videos just felt like they weren't, I don't know, they didn't have a place. And I've talked to some of my friends that used to upload Call of Duty before, and it's not only based on the views and stuff, it's when your audience doesn't want to watch you anymore or like doesn't respect you because you're playing a game that you like but they don't like watching, and it really sucks. So I guess all I want is just a fun game that I can actually enjoy and play all year long. I can upload, I can stream, I can have a good time, man. That's just all I want. I want a fun game that people enjoy, I enjoy. Man, I dream of another game like that. I do have a lot of hopes in this year's Call of Duty. I'm putting a lot on it. I switched back to Call of Duty for it pretty much, and I don't know, man. I just need this game to be really good. It needs to be great. Call of Duty, I know you're not watching this, but don't fuck up. Don't let me down. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up my Modern Warfare wish list. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys comment down below what you guys want to see in the next Call of Duty, and I'll talk to you guys about it. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe for more videos. And yeah, guys, it's been your boy, Baby G. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.